Hi everyone, welcome to View It True Crime Stories. In this video I wanted to continue with the Jennifer Dulos case. I have a feeling there will be a lot of daily updates pertaining to the case. It is now the 2-week mark of Jennifer missing since May 24th, and so far neither Michelle, the girlfriend, or Fotis, Jennifer's husband, they're not saying much on where she is and her whereabouts. I do think that Michelle will probably make a deal with the investigators and most likely will throw Fotis under the bus so she can get less jail time. In this video, I wanted to give a rundown so far on what we know of Michelle Troconis, Fotis' girlfriend. She's 44 and she has lived a wealthy sort of jet-setter lifestyle. She is an international businesswoman as well and has had a varied work history. Now, Michelle is educated. She earned a degree in psychology from the University of Central Venezuela. She trained as a therapeutic writing instructor in Michigan and worked with children who had autism and other physical mental conditions in the writing center in Dubai, in a United Arab Emirates. She also worked for a sheikh as a chief publicist in the early 2000s. She sold activewear on the internet. Her sister Daniela developed a waterproof covers for shoes. The company selling them is called Patagonia Styles Inc. And there are quite a few photos of her modeling these shoe coverings. I was wondering what they were because they look sort of strange. They look like the coverings that you put like when you're walking in a house you don't want to, like painters use, I guess. But apparently it is something in the ski and surf like surfers in that industry that's popular. Let's see, Michelle briefly worked for ESPN as a producer and hosted a show called Snow Time in 2004. She worked 9 years as a publicist at the internationally known Cerro Castor ski resort in Argentina, where her ex-husband, Gaston Begu, I'm probably saying his name wrong, was a director of, and Gaston was a former Olympian as well. They have a 10-year-old child, and they are also divorced. She was deeply involved with the initial setup of the resort and was in charge of hosting high-profile guests, including celebrities and politicians. She attended the board meetings, traveled to other resorts across the globe, and pretty much like wooed the potential investors to the company. Now, her current job is corporate events coordinator in Miami Beach, Florida, and she had also previously lived in the Miami-Dade County, and it looks like her parents and family live in Florida. Michelle and Fotis, they started their affair a year before Jennifer asked for a divorce and moved out of the house. Fotis called Michelle his paramour and wanted she and her daughter to move in with him along with his wife and children as a one big happy family, his wife, children, and his mistress. So Michelle moved in and Jennifer moved out. Jennifer did not want Michelle living in her house either, and this was stated in court documents, nor did she want Jennifer around her children. Now, in divorce court documents, Jennifer stated that Michelle's presence was hurting the Dulos children emotionally. The judge in the divorce case even condemned the relationship. The judge, Superior Court Judge Donna Heller, stated that Fotis Dulos, she stated to Fotis that, and this is in quotes, had pursued his own self-interest and exposed the children to his paramour Michelle Troconis and her daughter in complete disregard of the court's prior orders and the effect of his actions were having on the children. So not only Fotis put his relationship above the best interests of the children and marriage, but Michelle did as well, since she moved into the house with him even though he was still married. I found this odd and says something about her. You would think that she would have compassion with her psych degree and working with children with autism, yet she gets involved with Fotis, and then she feels it's okay to move in with him while his wife is still in the house. I just don't get this, but it is telling on who she is or what type of person she is. Originally, I thought she was with him due to him having money, although now the more I read about it, it looks like he doesn't have money, and instead it looks like she's the one that was wealthy, just as Jennifer was wealthy. And perhaps Fotis was interested in her for that. He owed a couple million to Jennifer's parents and bought the house, their marital home, with that money. So how infuriating Jennifer and her family must feel when the Paramar moved into the house. And Jennifer had made statements that Fotis had told her that he would take the children away from her and disappear to a ski resort where everyone wears masks every day and are indistinguishable from one another. He was probably referring to Michelle's ski resort in Argentina. So in all this, Michelle's looking very guilty, as it is Fotis, since they were caught disposing 30 bags of bloody items, Jennifer's blood. She does not seem like a great person, what with getting involved with a married man, moving into the house while his wife and 5 kids are living there. And I'm not just blaming her. I think Fotis is absolutely evil, but she also ignored the judge on staying away from the family and children, blatantly defying the orders from the judge. Also, she is involved with dumping evidence, and I have no idea if she was involved in killing Jennifer. I am thinking no, but I don't have the evidence. She was involved with cleaning up the crime. Now, so far, she is not helping with finding Jennifer either. She could be, though, behind closed doors with investigators. I do think she will definitely throw Fotis under the bus to save herself. She has been let out on a $500,000 bond and was seen with her family and child, and she's been fitted with a GPS bracelet on her ankle. If I was the father of this child, I would not want my child around her at the moment with so much desperation going on. Now, another point in the case that surfaced, and this is regarding her mother, Maricela Ariaza. At the moment, she is in Connecticut supporting her daughter, and she is from Florida. Back in 2016, her mom, Maricela, and another woman were indicted on federal Medicaid fraud charges. Maricela was accused of paying at least one person to become a Medicaid patient in her behavioral health practice that provided behavioral health counseling to adults and children in Florida. According to the federal documents, Maricela and the other woman, they paid the person more than $19,000 in 2012 and 13, so the practice could receive Medicaid payments. Federal agents believe the practice was offering rides to counseling sessions to potential clients, with the drivers providing a kickback to anybody who agreed to receive Medicaid benefits. Maricela, she closed the practice after being indicted, and then she turned her practice into a space for her legal team to work on her defense. This made federal authorities accuse her of paying off her employees to work on her defense, so then they could not be interviewed by federal agents, since it was considered a law office. Maricela and the other woman pled guilty in 2017, and they pled guilty to the healthcare kickbacks. So the case was dismissed last December after Maricela and the co-defendant were approved for a pretrial diversion program. So for now, we will just wait and see if she provides any info into the law enforcement. And I'll be following this case, and we'll put more videos up on this case. If you've watched this far, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it.